changes have meaning. The changes have meaning. The changes have meaning. Did you know the Mandela effect is actually a big puzzle? Puzzle. Hello, Mandelians. Let's take a look at simulation theory. It's the final theory we are going to consider as we discover the real meaning of the Mandela effect. It isn't the end, though. It's more of a beginning. The simulation theory that some people point to as an explanation for the Mandela effect is the theory that the entire world and everything in it is not real. This means that you and I and everything we can see and touch exist only in a technological system of some sort. It doesn't mean that someone is using some sort of technology or computerized system here on Earth to create a false reality and mess with us. The theory I am talking about is that someone created our entire universe and us in it using technology. I am talking about a theory that says that energy, information, and programming is all we are really made of. A simulation can be a recreation of something that really exists, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes computer programmers create a simulation of something that is only an idea, like a proposed building. In my books, I wrote about the Mandela effects that Mrs. Green and I found in a video game called Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That game is a perfect example of a simulation. It is a recreation of real places like the Hollywood Hills and Venice in California and Las Vegas in Nevada. There are oceans where you can swim and tall buildings you can base jump from. There is a night and day cycle, and sometimes it rains. You can ride bikes, drive cars, and fly planes. It is an expansive game world filled with virtual people, cars, homes, and businesses. The people in San Andreas behave the way they were programmed to behave. They are an imitation of life. Speaking of life, some of the world's largest technology corporations like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft have research and development programs aimed at creating increasingly better forms of artificial intelligence. There has been a lot of news lately about how AI will play a big role in our future. Some people have even expressed concern over the risks they believe we could face because of AI becoming too advanced or too powerful. Google's artificial intelligence division created an AI that learned how to walk on its own. They gave it obstacles and terrain of various types to train on, and it adapted to the environment that the computer programmers created for it. These Google programmers have complete control over the AI they created, even though they gave it the ability to learn on its own. They can delete it or copy it as they please. They created it and the world it lives in. The AI is actually part of the simulated world. It can't exit the computer and exist in the same way that the programmers do. Even if the programmers and engineers at Google give their AI a pair of cameras it can use as eyes and a robotic body, it is still made of information that runs on a computer. This is exactly what simulation theory says about us. It says that we are like the artificial intelligence that was created by Google computer programmers. We operate the way we were created to operate. We were made by someone much more advanced than we are. We are inside of a simulation, and our creators are outside of it in a world we have no awareness of. In the same way, the video game characters we create have no awareness of us until we choose to interact with them. If our world is a simulation, we can't say how long this simulation has been running. For how long have we experienced our history in real time? How much of our history was created for us before the simulation was brought online and time as we know it began to pass? Even our memories could be programmed. We wouldn't know the difference. We could be made to see only what our programmer wants us to see. Our entire world and all of us in it could be paused, saved, and loaded from a saved state without us even realizing it had happened. Sounds really, really far-fetched, right? I remember my reaction when I first heard about this theory. That was many, many years ago. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. Out of all the theories I had heard people use to explain our origins, simulation seemed the most impossible. Our own human efforts to simulate things were so distinctly fake-looking. How could all of the details of life exist within a technological platform? Our physiology is super complex and our universe is massive. We feel pain and have emotions. How could such things be simulated with the level of detail that we see here on Earth? Since then, I have seen the power of technology grow to the point where it fools me on a regular basis. I will be looking at people on TV, only to realize moments later that they are not really people at all. They are computer generated. Public figures like Neil Tyson and Elon Musk have talked about the possibility that we are simulated beings. Mr. Musk is widely quoted for saying, "The odds that we are not simulated beings is 1 in billions." To imagine that this is all a simulation, we have to imagine a creator whose intelligence and technology is many orders of magnitude higher than ours. Is that so hard to do? We are jealous, violent, and cannot consistently do what we know is right. We are ruled by obsessions and addictions and lose all rational thought when our emotions flare up. One side of the planet invents new drugs to save itself from obesity-related health problems, while people on the other side die of starvation. Yet, we are more amazing than the AI in the computer simulations we create by an enormous factor. What if our creator was more amazing than us by the same factor? Then the idea that this was all created by a higher being wouldn't be so far-fetched. This was all just interesting speculation to me until December of 2017. That's when the Mandela effect entered my life. Let's compare what we know about the Mandela effect to what simulation theory says about us. The Mandela effect changes things in a massive, sweeping, worldwide fashion, and initially, no one even notices it has happened. Would that be possible if this is all a simulation? Yes. Our system administrator could code such changes and apply the update. History has changed in impossible ways. Does that match up with the idea that our reality is only virtual? Most definitely. In our simulation, history is fake to begin with. It can be edited, just like the ground beneath our feet. Speaking of that, there have been geographical changes as well. There are patterns and meanings behind the changes made by the Mandela effect. Does that match up with simulation theory? It does. We are interested in communicating with the AI that we create. It is easy to imagine our creator choosing to communicate with us. The way the Mandela effect is communicating with us is so subtle that people aren't even realizing what is going on. Does that match up with the concept that we are in a simulation? Indeed, it does. Earthly programmers who code self-learning AI have been known to put things the AI need into the simulation and then wait for the AI to learn how to use it. It has not been proven that our world is a simulation, but if it actually is, the same higher being that brought our universe into existence could create the Mandela effects we see sweeping through our world. You know what? Let's look at that informational table we got from the message movies we examined. Wow. What do you think of that? This is what we're being told. Not only is simulation theory a good fit, it is the best fit. I personally believe this theory is true, and there's more. Our higher being created these Mandela effects in our world to inform us and warn us. I have a lot more to show you. I'll see you next week.